bass run from Only the Good Die Young. Play it right.
I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little bass. I like the fact that we're incorporating some stuff that it's got a little, it's got a dancey groove to it. I like that. It's don't get me wrong. I like playing the other stuff like Shimmer and stuff
Amps.
like that. But having a little pop around like that, amps. Still working on that, But right now, I think we're going to stick with the acoustic flavor. That's a good thing. It's an interesting mix having the two acoustic guitars.
This is the first time alcohol has been added.
Yeah, you might as well. It's 12:30. You're allowed.
Yeah, it's time for that right now.
I'm done with the snow.
So, interview part 2.
Interview part 2, right?
The band.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what can you say about your history with Jake? First history, and then now, like how he's singing different. What do you like about him?
What do I like about Jake? Besides the fact that he's a phenomenal singer, he's probably one of the most versatile singers I've ever worked with. I've worked with really good singers, but Jake is able to jump in to different vocal ranges, and he's not stuck on one genre. You know what I mean? He'll play pretty much anything. Give him the opportunity to learn it ahead of time, and he lets me sing. I think that's huge. He lets me sing. I've worked with some singers that no names. I've worked with some singers in the past that were really anal about backing vocals and stuff like that, where Jake pretty much lets you and I just jump in and out wherever we're, we're wherever, and he doesn't give us any shit for it, which is great, because I can really get in there and harmonize with him, and we make it sound good, and he lets me do that. I remember when I first started jamming with you guys, I was really hesitant about that because the previous band that I was in, the lead singer was a vocal tyrant. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm going to sing this. No one else is singing it. Where I came in and Jake's just like, yeah, I don't care. Do whatever you want as long as it sounds good. And I think that's really what sparked our friendship, was that he's that open to it. He's a great guy. He's just all around great guy.
And his thing is, he'll give you honesty when something don't sound right.
Right.
Something's off there. And he's got, as one of the things that Nick talked about as well, is like Jake has an ear for hearing things that are off, or something that can be changed to sound better, or whatever. Or maybe try to, just give a different feel or a different spin on something. Sure,
and I rely on his ear. It's like when I'm setting up the stage sound or whatnot, I ask him, listen, you have to go out into the crowd and tell me what you're hearing. Because he's going to hear things that I can't from behind the speakers, and I trust his ear. I trust his opinion. The guy's got a really good grasp of the way sound projects. And like when I'm here running the sound gear and everything, he really is my lifeline to the audience. So remember when we first started out, when we were using pro sound guys, he would have his wireless mic and he'd be out in the crowd and he'd be able to tell whoever's running the sound, this up, this come down, notch the mid a little bit. The guy's got a fantastic ear, and we're very lucky to have him. Right. I mean, not kidding. He's also, besides the fact that he's a phenomenal singer, he's not one of those guys who's just going to walk in, sing, and have absolutely no opinion on anything else. He's very into the way the entire.
I don't think he's the kind of singer either that he doesn't want to shortcut himself. Like when he's out there, he wants to hit the notes right. Like he'll tell you, he'll be like, I wasn't that good tonight.
Right.
And, I admire that. A lot of singers just go out there and be like,
right,
it's fine. You know what I mean? It's like, it's good to be a little loose, but at the same time, he likes to keep his craft tight.
Right.
And I admire that.
Right. He doesn't want to go out and just sing and leave, He's all about putting out a show. He wants to sound good, and I totally admire that, versus hey, I'm the singer, it's going to come out the way it is. Right. And the one thing that he doesn't do, he's never done this, is make an excuse for the way he sings on stage. I've worked with singers before who come out, I'm sorry about the way my voice is going to be tonight. I'm like, dude, don't do that. Because as soon as you say that, it doesn't matter what you sound like. You're making excuses. He'll never make excuses.
Even when he's sick, he doesn't.
Dude, I've never seen a guy come out and sing as sick as he was and nail it the way he did. He took it home that night. I mean, he killed it. He sounded amazing. Again, that was our first real show in 9 years. The guy comes out, he's basically got a bucket with him, but yet you would never know it because he lit it up that night. He brought it, and it was absolutely amazing to watch. It's really cool.
So then we segue into Nick. Nick's the new guy.
Nick's the new guy.
For us.
Yeah, for us, right. Nick Lamoli, the acoustic guitar maestro.
He's a lot like Matt, isn't he? In some ways.
Yeah, he is.
In some ways.
He's a lot like Matt. You know, Matt brought such a dynamic to the group. You know, he was meticulous in his playing. I love the way his guitar sounded. You know, but they're obviously different.
Yeah, they're different.
You know, and not a good, bad, or in other, you know, indifferent. They're both different. But Nick brings. He's got this. I want to say this fun attitude with him. You know, he's so outgoing, and he's funny the way he beats up on himself too. You know, he
to a fault sometimes,
dude. To a fault,
man, you're great.
To a fault. But the guy's amazing. He's fantastic. But you know what? Maybe it takes that type of determination and that type of criticism, self-criticism to get him where he is.
That's what he uses for himself. You know what I mean? And that's great.
You know, 'cause I'll tease him. I said, dude, be positive. He's like, if I'd be positive, I wouldn't be as good as I am. Or I'd be even a worse guitar player. He's like, I'm not a great guitar player. I'm like, I'm okay. He's like, dude, you are not okay. You are fantastic.
I am so humbled when he tells me how good I am. Because I know how good he is. You know what I mean? It's like a mutual respect that we have for each other. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when he says that, and he's like, oh, yeah, you're a great rhythm player, and he's got that smile on his face. It just pumps me up, you know what I mean? It makes me love him even more.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? I mean, the guy's got a great guitar tone. I mean,
he can pick notes.
He can pick notes. He is so articulate with the way he plays. Everything that he plays transitions out there. Me, when I'm running the sound, I'm always worried about that, especially with guys who play acoustic guitars, because it's not like you have the distortion to carry the sustain. Mm-hmm. You know, if you don't articulate that note, it's not going to transition out of the. You know, it's going to sound like mud out there. That guy, he doesn't need an amplifier. He doesn't need any pedals. I mean, you're going to hear him wherever you are because his playing is that clean. Oh, I get so excited just talking about it.
And that's why, you know, when I was chatting with him, we were talking about, like, our styles. And I was saying, you know, I'm more meat and potatoes, and you're like, you know, the salt and the pepper and the A1 and everything.
Dude, I'm getting hungry now.
You know, it's like he fills in the details where I can't.
You know what's funny is that he does for your guitar playing, I think, what you do for Jake and I's harmonies. Mm-hmm. Remember where you said you just kind of plug in the holes, you'll come in and you'll fill in that middle group. I think it's nice that you two complement each other so well. You've never walked on each other, you know, and you two are always like, okay, what can I play to separate this out a little bit, you know? So it's kind of like where it goes into like with your playing. That's why you are probably one of the most versatile guys I've ever worked with. You know, you're great on electric, you're great on acoustic, and what I like about you is that you're not just thinking about, okay, how can I reproduce what's on the CD? Like, how can we make this interesting? Like with the ideas that you come up for medleys, dude, they're fantastic. You know, I love the idea of incorporating some of the different songs that you do, and I can't wait to see what the end outcome is going to be. But regardless of what you're playing, you're into it for the show. You know what I mean? It's not just about, oh, I nailed that solo right. It's like, well, no, I'm about engaging people. You know, I watched those videos that you post of you when you were at Doc Hollywood, man. Especially like when you were doing Fight for Your Right. You're out in the middle of the audience, sitting there with the wireless mic. I was dying. It was awesome. Yeah. No, it was so exciting. Maybe we do a little bit more of that.
Yeah, we can mix in some more unique,
vocal absolutely. I like people guessing, like, what the hell are they going to do next? Yeah, I'm still thinking we need to do "I'm All About That Bass." I would love to see Jake sing "All About That Bass." I think that'd be really funny. You know what I mean?
We'll fit that in somewhere.
Yeah, we'll fit it in somewhere somehow.
Yeah. So I guess we're up with Kyle.
Oh God, Kyle. Kyletronics. Kyle the man. The greatest drummer any guitar player would want to play with. I think one of the things that really led me into the band was in the first place was the way Kyle and I locked up. Mm-hmm. I remember we were jamming in Matt's house that one night, and I was so nervous because it's never the guitar players I'm worried about. It's always the drummer. You know, it's just there has to be chemistry there. And I think the first song that we played was The Cure. Mm-hmm. And when we first started messing around with it, I had this little Zoom pedal with me, and I was just playing along to it. And you were like, "Oh, let's start with that then." And I'm thinking, "Oh crap, there's no guitar at the beginning of that. It's just bass and drums start that." And so Kyle starts that fill out to, and we just went off like that, and it sounded like, oh, these guys are destined to play together. Mm-hmm. You know, Kyle is probably one of the most versatile drummers I've ever met. And what's funny is that it's when you watch him, it's like he's not even cognizant that he's doing it. He is that good. Yeah. That I mean, the guy literally could play the drums with no arms and carry a beat without a problem. I mean, he could just look at them and will them to play, and and they have no choice but to obey. Kyle is funny in that he's not just playing it note for note. He's all about making it more interesting. He calls it Bandcampering it up, and I love it. Because me and him will lock up on things. We don't even look at each other. We'll just do these crazy fills, and afterwards we'll just start laughing. Yeah.
You notice, like, in the middle of a song, he'll do that. He'll change a rhythm or do something offbeat, and then we all look at him.
Yeah.
And we're like, what are you doing?
And the guy has a straight face.
And then he'll, like, laugh at us because he's like, oh, I know what I'm doing. And it goes right back into the beat again.
Oh, yeah.
Just to mess with us.
Literally, he doesn't skip. I hate using the term not skipping a beat. It's so cliche with Kyle. But he's able just to do those transitions. And, again, he's not even breaking a sweat. I mean, beside the fact that the guy can play guitar, too. I mean, he's insane. The guy is amps. The guy is absolutely insane. He's probably one of the most talented people I've ever worked with, which is why I was so excited to hear that he's going to be a part of the Bandcampers again. So really excited about them. Thinking, oh, this is what it's going to be. This is going to be the show that we always talk about. Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of guys go out there and play it note for note, but that guy is able to bring it.
His personality, his quirkiness, like how he makes everything, he keeps everything loose.
Yeah, he does. He keeps everything loose, even like when the three of us get a little anal, like, oh, this isn't how it's supposed to go. Kyle's like, I'm just going to play a snare drum and watch you guys go at it. Yeah. I mean, it's really funny. He'll start playing like a polka beat. It's like, it's kind of hard to be mad when he's in the room. Not that we've ever been mad at each other, of course, but he's really good at breaking the ice. And an all-around great guy. I mean, the guy can fix anything. He's going to help me work on my guitar a little bit because when it comes to electronics, I don't know. Kyletronics back here, we're very fortunate. I mean, everybody's got their own talent. I think that's one of the reasons why I think the Bandcampers will be successful, even more successful this time around, because we're all focusing on those individual talents. You know what I mean? And we're letting people do that, which I think is great. Kyle's really good at fixing things. Besides the fact that he's an amazing drummer, and eventually I'm going to get him out front and sing. He says he can't sing, but dude, you're singing.
He's doing.
He's gonna get out there and sing and play guitar. We can get out there. He can play the kazoo too. I don't care. The guy can play anything.
I guess that leads us to like, what do you see? Where do you see things going? Future goals. Where do you see the band kind of heading? What direction?
Yeah, I remember the night that you sent me the text. This is, I guess, back in October, and you were forwarding out the Wharf recordings, and I'm listening to him going, man, this is a totally different time. I could do this now. I could totally do this now. And we started, like, you sent a picture out of your acoustic guitar saying, it's waiting. It's ready to go. I sent a picture of my bass. It's waiting. Jake sends a picture of his wireless mic. He's like, it's the freaking Avengers getting back together. And it was so awesome just to think that, okay, we're going to give this another shot. Because I had been just hoping, secretly deep down, hoping that I'd have another opportunity to go out and play in front of a good group of people again. And not that I wasn't doing it before, but it's different when you're doing originals. It's nice when you're going out and everyone's dancing. I missed that. I miss having the show piece of it. So when we got together that first night and we just all locked in, even when Nick was here, he just jumped right in. It had felt like, okay, no time had gone by, which is cool. I think the initial expectation was that we were going to get together, like, I told my wife, I was like, it's going to be like once every 2 weeks, might do a show here and there, man. And she's like, you're lying. I said, no, I mean it this time. Yeah, my ass.
Stuff's picking up.
Stuff is picking up. And as soon as I got a taste of what could happen from this group and from this incarnation of the Bandcampers, I was hooked. I was totally hooked. And I think everyone who's going to come out and hear us is really going to take notice.
All right, man.
Dude, thank you. This is awesome.
Yeah, thanks for the time. And
no problem at all.
We'll the next installment.
Yeah, who's next?
I don't know. We'll see.
Let's
flip a coin and see who's next.
Yeah? We'll see. We'll have to get Jake over here. It'll be good. Bandcampers, coming at you.
Signing out.
Thank you.